Hi, Prosperity Team. It's Dr. Money coming to you from the Prosperity Corner of the Universe. Let's get going. We're going to enter our Prosperity Circle of Well-Being. And we do this in order to bring good into our lives and goodness and harmony into the lives of all living beings. So we imagine ourselves entering in the circle of well-being and taking just a few breaths, deep breaths, all the way down to our belly button and then exhaling. And you just continue that deep breath as I speak, knowing that as we breathe in the goodness, we breathe in the perfect timing, perfect order for ourselves. And we breathe out the perfect timing, perfect order, and the good life for others. We breathe in, we receive. We breathe out, and we breathe out the intention of well-being invoked by our thoughts and our mind prayers for other people. We can always take just a few moments out to enter into the circle of life, which includes us and all other beings, breathing in and breathing out. So we want this world to be a world of harmony, a world of peace. There is always a better. The good can always get gooder. And so it is. I'm looking for some prosperity prospectors. Do you remember prospectors? They would go out and they would mine for gold. They'd go down these little mines and they would have their picks and their axes and some kind of light, and they would mine for gold. They probably still do it somewhere, but I'm thinking of that it's not. Our mind for goal is not an M-I-N-E, like when we're a prosperity prospector. We mine, M-I-N-E, we mine in our mind, in our M-I-N-D, and we look for gold there. Because in our mind is a creative ability. In our mind is the ability to solve any problem that we might have, imagined or real. And in our mind is a connectivity to infinite intelligence. Now, infinite is a big word because infinite means it keeps going and then there's no end to it. So actually our identity is infinite mind, but we're closed in by believing that we're a limited mind. And so prosperity consciousness is about opening up to the consciousness of all, not just our own individual perception based on our limited programming. We want to move our minds past. We want to mine our gold, our G-O-L-D. Now, one way we can mine M-I-N-E, our gold, G-O-L-D, M-I-N-D, our goal mind is through goals, G-O-A-L-S. And goals are very tricky because sometimes goals take us forward and sometimes goals work against us. They take us away. When do they work for us? Well, goals work for us when we look in front of our lives and we don't have anything, and we might set a goal and it gives us somewhat of a structure in our lives and it helps us accomplish the things we want to do. A goal is something way out, like a to-do that's way out, and it helps provide us with a to-do list to get there. So without really setting a goal, sometimes it's more difficult to get where we want to go. Now, when can a goal be a problem? A goal can be a problem, for one thing, when it's unrealistic. For example, if I decided that I wanted to be an astronaut right now, that would be a silly goal for me because I'm 70 years old, almost 71, and being an astronaut would just be ridiculous because I couldn't take the rigorous training and so forth. I mean, maybe, something could happen and I could win the lottery and buy a ticket on Elon Musk's some kind of transport to another planet, but basically it's really a ridiculous goal. Also, sometimes we have goals, and when we don't reach our goals, we're really down on ourselves, like I can never meet a goal, I can't accomplish this. Or I had a goal one time, and I'm glad that I did accomplish it, but once I did accomplish it, I said no more, and that was that I wanted to sell $1 million worth of life insurance. This was many, many years ago. And it was a contest that lasted the whole year from January one year to the end of December. And I found myself working on Christmas Eve in order to get that quota. And I found myself missing a lot of very important events because I was trying to get that goal. Well, I did get it. And after that year, I said, I'm never going to do this again. My relationships and my life is worth so much more than this goal. Now, I did win a trip to Bermuda. I was really happy about that. However, I wouldn't do it again. I wouldn't do it again. And sometimes we just have to really meet our goals so that we can see this isn't something I'm willing to do. So if we set a goal, we really have to be willing to do what it takes to make that goal happen. And if we're not willing to do what it takes to make that goal happen, that's okay. We just need to know that. Now, another funny thing about that is that when we do decide upon a goal and we're very firm with that and we make a commitment to that goal, then, and we say, I'm willing to do anything to make that goal happen, the universe often will just fall in line behind us. Now, when I made that commitment to that goal, and I really did give a lot, the universe did support me in that because I sold my $1 million worth of life insurance, but I had things happen that normally wouldn't happen. Like I had other agents who already made their $1 million give me their own policies, and that just wasn't done in a cutthroat world because that meant giving up part of their commission as well. However, it did happen. So I learned a couple of things out. There was once the real power of commitment. The universe gets behind that power of commitment. But the other thing is I have to be sure that even if I'm willing to do those things and I do those things, is that bringing a higher level of satisfaction into my life, or am I paying too much of a price for that? So that's why I say goals are slippery. Everybody just goes into goals and say, oh yeah, they're great, we have to make our goals. And I'm saying we need to make our goals with care. And we need commitment behind them, and we need to know what we want and who we're about. So when you're making your goals, make them realistic and be sure that you're willing to do what it takes to do your goals, and be sure that what you have to do doesn't compromise your integrity, your value, and your time with your loved ones, so that you never get any time with your loved ones. That's no good. So this is Dr. Money. I hope you have a really wonderful evening this evening, and tomorrow when you get up, remember what you're looking for. You're looking for a day of expansive meaning because you're there and your mind is open to opportunities. It's like, yes, another adventure today. Whether the venture is someone calling you on the phone that you haven't thought about in a long time and having a wonderful phone conversation. That's enough. Or making this sale out of the blue that you never knew you were going to make. That's enough. We have to appreciate the small things and the big things. So I'm asking that when you get up tomorrow morning that you look for the adventure in your life and you spot it everywhere you look. Remember, if you spot it, you got it. So this is Dr. Money again. And for one more time, I love you.